Let's talk about money, but not in the way that makes your eyes glaze over. No complex charts, no dense economic theories. We're going to talk about the why we do what we do with our money. This is all about the psychology behind it, the hidden forces that are quietly running the show.
So have you ever wondered about this? You probably know someone who is brilliant, maybe a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, just incredibly intelligent. But when it comes to money, they're a disaster. They're making terrible decisions, swimming in debt. It just doesn't add up, right? How can that be?
Well, here's the big secret. The answer is that being good with money has very little to do with how smart you are. It's not about what you know, it's about how you behave. It's a soft skill, driven by your emotions, your ego, your personal history, not by spreadsheets and calculators.
Okay, so before we can even begin to change our behavior, we have to make sure we're aiming for the right target. And this brings us to a huge, crucial distinction that most people get wrong. I'm talking about the difference between being rich and being wealthy. And trust me, they are not the same thing.
Yeah, check this out. Being rich is what you see. It's the fancy car, the huge house, the expensive vacations. It's about having a high income and spending it. But being wealthy, that's what you don't see. It's having freedom. It's having options. It's that peace of mind that comes from knowing you're covered.
Exactly. Wealth is the money that's tucked away, working for you behind the scenes. It's the car you didn't buy, the watch you didn't wear. It's the savings and investments that are quietly building a life where you, not your job, are in control of your time. Now that is the real goal.
So, if wealth is our goal, how do we actually get there? Well, it's time to upgrade our financial operating system. Think of it like a software update for your brain. We're going to install 3 mindset shifts that can totally transform your relationship with money.
Here's the roadmap. First, we're going to dive into the incredible power of time. Then, we'll talk about something a little tougher, figuring out what enough actually means. And finally, we'll get into why you absolutely have to respect the roles of both luck and risk in your financial story.
All right, our first mindset shift. This is about using the single most powerful force in all of finance. And the best part? It's something everybody has access to. Doesn't matter what your income is. I'm talking about time and the magic of compounding.
And this chart says it all. Look, in the beginning, it feels like nothing's happening. Year 1, your savings are just there. Pretty boring. But then you look out 10 years and okay, it's growing. But fast forward to year 30 and boom, the growth is explosive. It's a snowball effect. Your money is making money and then that money starts making even more money. That's compounding.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's that you don't need to be a genius trying to pick the perfect stock or time the market. The real secret to investing isn't about getting the absolute highest returns. It's about getting pretty good returns that you can stick with for a really, really long time. Patience is your true advantage.
Okay, on to our second mindset shift. And this one is all about the psychology of wanting more. It's about fighting the natural human tendency to keep moving the goalposts. It's about deciding, for yourself, what enough truly looks like.
You know the feeling. We live in a world that is constantly screaming at us that we need more. A bigger house, a faster car, a better job. But chasing more is a game you can't win. It just leads to more stress, more comparison, and taking dumb risks. Knowing when you have enough, that's how you get off the treadmill and actually find some peace.
And for our final mindset shift, we need to bring in a little humility. This is about recognizing that financial outcomes aren't just a simple story of hard work paying off. We have to acknowledge the massive roles played by both luck and risk.
It's so tempting to think we're a genius when an investment pays off, right? And when we fail, it's easy to beat ourselves up and think we're an idiot. But the reality is much messier. Luck, being in the right place at the right time, is a huge factor in success. And sometimes you can do everything right and still get wiped out by just plain old bad luck.
So how do we deal with this? Well, it boils down to 2 simple rules. When things go your way, be humble. Acknowledge that luck probably gave you a helping hand. And when things go wrong, forgive yourself. You can make a good decision that ends up with a bad outcome. That's just how the world works sometimes.
Okay, so we've reset our goal to building wealth, not just being rich. We've upgraded our mindset with those 3 big shifts. Now it's time to bring it all home and reveal what your true financial superpower really is.
Let me just say this as clearly as I can. You do not need an MBA or a genius-level IQ to be successful with money.
If you think that's what's holding you back, I'm telling you, you're looking in the wrong place.
Your real superpower, the one thing that matters more than anything else, is your behavior. It's not what you know, it's what you do. Consistently, day in and day out, over a long period of time. That is the entire game.
And these are the behaviors that make all the difference. Can you keep your cool when everyone else is panicking? Can you be patient enough to let compounding do its work? Can you focus on your long-term goals instead of short-term noise? These simple actions are what build real, lasting wealth.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a challenge. Don't try to change your entire life overnight. That never works. Just think about this. What's one small behavior, just one thing that you can control starting today to move yourself just a little bit closer to that goal of true financial freedom? What's it going to be?